Hi, and welcome to Coffee with Kerry. I'm here with the amazing Lydia Sarfati.
Welcome, darling. It is a pleasure to see you. Always. Okay.
And we're going to have a lovely discussion.
Coffee and cookies and repousage.
Coffee and cookies.
But are they gluten-free and low in sugar?
We love it. Coffee with Kerry. See you guys soon. So Lydia, how important is diet and exercise to your beauty routine?
It's to my lifestyle. I think that, I grew up in Poland, so fitness was always kind of a fundamental part of our life. I swam every day, or in the summer I played badminton, we went hiking, I would climb trees.
Really?
Yeah.
Climb trees.
Climb trees. I was like a little monkey, but I loved it. I mean, I always wanted to be. I always was the leader of the pack, and my wolves used to be my boys. I had Lydia, the leader of the wolf pack.
Nothing much has changed.
Nothing much have changed. Never. So fitness has always been a very important part of my life. Today I still work out almost every day, no matter even if I'm in Las Vegas, I get up at 5 in the morning. And I do something, whether it is
some activity
to the gym or taking a walk or doing some weights. That is very important.
That is important. And where do you find balance between work and life?
You see, my work is my life, and I always will tell people that if you really find something that you truly love, what you do, you will never work a day in your life. I don't consider this is my work and this is my life. My life is all one. It's seamless. So that's why I take joy
what you do.
When I work with people. We always have a wonderful time. Certainly the other layer to my life is both David and I, we love opera, we love musicals. I am a very avid reader. I read at least a book a week.
See where I get some of my traits from.
Yeah.
Love opera, love to read.
Yeah.
I mean,
so this is, it's not like, oh my God, I gotta go to work again. It is what I do. And my coming to my work, as you have come in,
so many times.
it's beautiful. Where else do you have the entrance where there is a pond, there are beautiful flowers, you're walking in, it's like a red carpet arrival. I love it. This is a very special place for us and for me, and I think it's a special place for people that work here.
I love it. So, what are some of your beauty secrets, Lydia?
Oh gosh, if I tell you all my beauty secrets, I may have to kill you, Kerry.
We have this on camera.
No, but on a serious note, one thing that I do every single day is I do full body dry brushing.
Oh wow.
And that takes me about 10 to 15 minutes.
And what does that do?
Exfoliates, improves circulation, revives and re-energizes. So dry brushing is essential. Then I take a bath. I put my sheet mask, one of our wonderful collections, depending on the mood or what's going on with my skin in particular.
Likewise, I do my sheet mask, dependent on my mood.
My twin sister here. So definitely now I've been more hooked on our B3 lifting mask, so I do that a lot.
That I've yet to try.
And definitely my beauty daily routine is the B3 serum and the B3 wonderful elixir. So that is really essential. I always use the Vita Cura body contour cream as well right after the bath. And I always take a bath, not a shower.
Very nice. So that would mean
And I have a tea in the morning. I have coffee later, but tea is essential.
I've been trying to stay away from coffee, but this is Coffee with Kerry, so
you gotta have coffee.
I've got to have coffee.
But it's okay, you know, coffee is not such a devil. It's the amount of coffee, you know. It's, look, we're drinking proper amount, the European
Should
way.
I do the pinky?
It's only in America that people mostly drink these huge 12 ounces, you know.
Of
What
coffee.
is venti coffee? I mean, how much coffee do you really need to have in your body?
No.
In Europe, you have a bit of espresso in the morning or in the afternoon, so you have 4 or 5 sips. And you enjoy it, you know, you don't need to have 12
Definitely.
ounces of coffee.
So would it be bad to ask you which is your favorite reportage product, if you had to choose one?
Now that's really like you asking me to choose one of my children over the other, Kerry. You know, they all my babies. It's very difficult, you know. But at the moment, my favorite, just like with the kids, you know, they have their moments, and you have once in a while one favorite over the other.
I get that.
So right now, my favorite, personal favorite, of course, it's the Vita Cura B3 Serum Complex.
We need to
and
get some of
Vita
that in
Cura
here, so we can have that with our coffee.
Yes. You're very right, elixir complex. So
Yes.
absolutely, we need to do
We need
that.
to get some of that. We will. Alright. Who would you say is the most influential person in your life?
Well, my father always was. My husband later. Certainly my children. And believe it or not, now my grandchildren. When I have my 5-year-old grandson telling me, stupid, whose shoes he's trying to fill. But yes, and you know, I have to tell you, I get influenced by so many different things. You know, it's not just my family. It's, you know, going to the opera and seeing a beautiful set, or hearing beautiful music, or reading a beautiful book, or just walking in the park and seeing a wonderful bush that's blossoming and blooming. It inspires me. So I draw inspiration from everything.
That's nice. I love that. So, what would you say is the most, or your favorite thing about your career?
About my career?
Yeah.
I have to tell you, my most favorite thing is the opportunity that it has provided me to meet people from all over the world, literally, like you, Kerry. You know, I would never be able to travel to Trinidad and West Africa and South Africa and India and Thailand and Japan and the Philippines and all over the world. I've been to 50 countries, and what other profession would let me do that?
Well,
so that's what I love the most about my job.
That takes me to my other 2 questions. What's your favorite place or memory? And what's your favorite food or culture that you've experienced?
I know you're going to ask me that. Well, you know, I love to experience many different things in my life as I travel. However, if you ask me what is my most favorite, I would tell you it's Italy.
Ooh. What about Italy?
The food, the people, the kind of idea of dolce vita, you know, the sweet life. And people work, but they know how to have fun, how to enjoy a meal. No one eats just a sandwich, you know.
Yeah.
They sit down, they have a proper meal, they have a glass of wine, they talk with friends and family. That's what I love about Italy.
I think we need to take time to do that. We spend so much time rushing from point A to point B and getting so much done that we forget to live.
Right.
So I love that.
Yes.
I love that you take time to live.
Yeah.
So, taking time to live, what makes you relax and brings out the best in you?
What brings the best in me, Now my grandchildren, they really do bring the best in me. They really do. I just love when they hug me and kiss me, and you know, they caress my face.
And give you
they
massages.
They give me massage. They tell me how beautiful I am, and I am their Lola. So I love that. That really, it's amazing.
Well, there's something we found out about you. Your nickname is Lola. But
Lola. That's
tell us
it.
something we don't know about you.
I don't know. What do you want to know, darling?
Okay. You tell us.
What's your question?
Tell us something that nobody would think they knew about you.
I think that many people, because of my career and my life and how busy I am, they do think I just make reservations. But actually, I'm a great cook. I love to cook.
See, I didn't know that.
And I love to entertain. So for me, entertaining my friends and family is something that I love to do. And whenever I have a chance, I love to be in the kitchen and cook and prepare a delicious meal.
I love that. So when am I getting to taste Lydia cuisine?
Let's see.
Let's see. That's another episode coming right up. If you had to describe yourself, how would you? And if your colleagues had to describe you, how would they?
Is that the question, Kerry?
That is the question. Should we do this again? One more time. If you had to describe yourself, how would you? And if your colleagues had to describe you, how would they?
Well, if I have to describe myself, because this is usually the question I ask when I interview people, I would describe myself in the following way. I am elegant, cultured, educated, international, sophisticated, caring, loving, and always there for my friends.
I love that. And how would your friends describe you?
The same way. Maybe they would add sexy.
I see. That is very interesting. So Lydia, you've given me a lot of advice over the years. What's the best advice that you've ever gotten? And what's the best advice you've ever given?
The best advice that I have gotten was to be tenacious, never to give up, and to pursue the goals that I want, even when the obstacles are in the front of you. So that was probably my best advice, never to give up, to be tenacious, to be there, and to pursue your goals, even if people tell you this cannot be done.
Anything is possible.
Everything is possible as long as you want to be possible.
And what's the best advice have you ever given?
To read, to be knowledgeable, to read a newspaper every day. I wake up every day and I read a paper. Why? Because I want to know what's going on globally. I want to know how much is $1 today, what is a euro,
Right.
how much is yen trading at, what's happening in cooking, in style, in business. So reading gives you the global perspective and gives you the level of sophistication and knowledge that you are able to communicate better. Because if you are able to communicate better, you're a better person.
Do you think social media plays an integral part with communication and knowledge?
No, I really don't. I really think that social media is creating a great deal of confusion, anxiety, and especially for young people, the content sometimes is not correct and they're learning the wrong thing. I feel that social media could have a good role and supply good information if the content is right.
Correct. I
But
agree.
there is too much, there's, you know, in a plain language in English, there's just too much crap out there. I have said it, there you have it.
There you have it. If you could have an interview with just one person, who would that be and why?
Catherine the Great,
Tell
the
us.
Russian empress. Why? Because she brought to Russia culture. She hired Voltaire to teach her philosophy. She brought the best French architects to build and design Moscow and St. Petersburg. She understood as a young empress of Russia that in order to change, you need to get educated. And in order to conquer, you need to know your enemy. And I would love to interview her. She was fearless. When she led her army, she was the first one on her horse in a white armor, leading her army and succeeding every single time. So,
Wow.
yeah, I
If-
love that.
Anything, we learned some history today. I love it. I love that. And if you were to meet someone famous for coffee, trick question, who would it be?
Margaret Thatcher.
Really?
Mhm.
And why?
Again, fearless leader, fearless woman, was not afraid of politics, did what she believed was right for her country. And my personal feeling, and it's not that I'm a politician, is that she was actually very instrumental in developing the relationship with Gorbachev and Reagan in order to take the Berlin Wall down. So she stayed behind the scenes, but I am sure she was the actual deal maker between Gorbachev and Reagan.
Wow.
And I think both of these men were in love with her brain.
Intellect. I would say that's an attractive
Yeah,
characteristics to have.
yes,
Yeah.
I loved her.
I love that. I love this. So, any closing comments?
My closing comments are always try to learn. You know, every day I always try to educate myself. I always try to read. I try to look at the world. I never stop learning because I strongly believe the minute you stop learning, you become rotten, and as long as you are green, you are growing. The minute you say, I know everything, you're finished.
That's one of my personal favorites. The minute you say, I'm the best, or I'm good at
You're
this,
done.
you're done, because it limits yourself from learning something new.
Exactly.
So I love that. That is the truth. If you
Learn,
couldn't-
learn, learn.
And learn again.
And don't be lazy, very important. You know what is my most important advice that I give everyone? Make up your bed the minute you get up. Fix your bed. Never leave your bedroom with a messy bed, because if you do, your life is messy. And that's how I see it.
That's good advice.
That is a good advice. Start at home, be neat. I can tell right away if someone is good or someone is bad by the way they even have their desk. If the desk is a mess, forget about it. Their
Everything
bed
else.
is a mess, their closet is a mess, their life is a mess, forget it. Forget about it.
So, we had coffee with Lydia today, the owner of Reportage in Secaucus, New Jersey. Thank you so much, Lydia, for having coffee with me.
Darling, my pleasure, anytime.
I know. And soon to be again.
It
So I
is.
hope you enjoyed.
Well, next time we'll be cooking together, not having coffee.
For sure.
I'm
So,
going to teach you some good recipes.
Polish or Russian?
Continental.
I love it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.